Hello and welcome, Cosmic Quantum Travelers. How are you faring and riding the waves? It's getting quite wild, isn't it? The energies are super high and intense. The seagulls agree, if you can hear them in the background. Basically, it's only like just before I came online, I could feel like the plasmas are coming in really, really strongly now. All I can see, especially over the next 24 hours, roughly, if we want to be linear, it's really make or break, time out of time. So it's breakthrough. Our final quantum breakthrough is here right now. Claim this. We have to claim our ascension. We have to claim our success, our victory, our liberation, our freedom. It all happens from within you. All is ignited from within you first, and then it becomes manifest. And it's been a very interesting couple of days since the 777 gateway. Thank you so much for everyone who's been part live or with the replay at the 7-7 Divine Union Gateway and the Crystal Rose Heart activation that we did. Thank you so much. Also for your support. And yeah, we made the magic happen on behalf of all. So if you still want to take part, it's truly quantum. The details are below in the description box. And yeah, so straight after the activation, I could feel, wow. I mean, it was literally freedom is here. This is it, light. And all the karmic load has been fully lifted now, which it is. Finally, fully dissolving in the field. And afterwards, I could feel this huge multidimensional merging, huge crystalline crystal body activation, diamond rainbow plasma body activation. We have fully reclaimed the solar logos and the diamond sun body divine blueprint. It's fully active in the field. And it's fully evaporizing all remaining invaders, negative entities, AI, all fallen matrices, and all that comes with it. Dan, uska aishkunaye na kiranena se shushu ainu kurainaya sunate. It's done. And yes, we keep making it happen because everything is this. You keep making it happen. You don't just stop. You keep manifesting miracles. I mean, this is literally the beginning of the full ending of all that was. And we start all over again. Okay? This is the breakthrough. You need to claim it. It's not going to be handed to you. It's not going to be announced on some screen to you. You need to announce it. You need to claim it. You are the creator. You're the founder races. You're the original gray lines, tribes, twin flames, those who have created all of this. So until you can see everything as a blessing, once you can see everything as a blessing, everything becomes a blessing, which is now. When you see everything had to unfold exactly as it had to for you to reclaim all of your power, you have created everything in all of this as one. And if anybody wants to carry guilt, it's all of us. So there has been a huge, after the activation, so first of all, huge multidimensional merging and blending. It's really super supportive for that and divine union integration within. And this is where everything else comes from, okay? And us fully opening our hearts. But to fully open your heart, you also need to go through this process of closing and opening. You need to close it off to everything that's not safe, everyone that's not safe in your environment. Safeness also is like feel safe once we are safe within, which is like you fully integrated in divine union. That's you feeling safe wherever you're being planted, whatever is unfolding in your reality, because you're the most powerful sovereign person at one with source and have access to ultimate power, and nothing is more powerful than you. This is ultimate protection, which is divine union. And that's you reclaiming all of your pieces, not just the good, but also the bad, the dark, the light, all of it. It's rainbow colors. And the shadow is pure gold, if you know how to alchemize it. Once you put your ego away and have fun with it. There is, there is no more blame, shame, guilt, although you also need to feel them in order to clear them in your field, in the consciousness of the one. Because obviously it's not ours. It's like, it is ours, but it's not just mine or not just yours. So whatever we can feel is ours. So after the activation, full super multidimensional, I could see everything is here now. We literally can shapeshift our realities because everything is consciousness. Everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. Think of chairs moving, furniture moving when you communicate with them, because all is consciousness along those lines. So after the activation, full high, and then very quickly though, the massive clearing came in. And I do often have that. First of all, I clear a lot on behalf of the field that's connected, which is all ultimately, because we're doing this on behalf of the whole of creation. So I'm clearing and, anchoring a lot as a holder of the container, and bringing in all of these frequencies and the interdimensional Stargate access. So there's a lot to that, just doing the grid and gate work. And I have to say, I'm really, really tired. I think we all are of this. And I just want to relax and literally just do nothing. Anyway, hasn't come to that just yet, but we're here now. So I could see afterwards, it was just, and again, it's not just me doing anything. It's just then just the clearing comes in. I mean, we don't, decide to clear whatever. And obviously we always hope for the best, but we also know, it's this, as soon as you reach a higher frequency, you then clear out everything that's not that. And now it's very quickly. And again, I go through a lot of clearing generally and have very few moments of kind of love bliss type energies. Okay. So I'm usually in a lot of density because that's just what I am here to clear. It's massive. Anyway. So the clearing came in and it was literally like fully being done with anything and everyone that doesn't appreciate my value, what I'm here to offer, my energy, aka my time, which is my currency, which is my abundance. And again, I'm speaking from the one, and I'm speaking especially from the divine feminine within us all, the energies and principles, because she is the one within us all, men also, to fully rebirth creation right now. And it's basically here. It's happening right now through us. I mean, we're here now. This is it. We're birthed and fully igniting, lighting all the way up. But yeah, we had to clear any remaining density, any separation left, any remaining doubts, insecurities, worries, fears of the old matrix programming in order to fully clear it and release it. A lot also to do with negative entities, the final throwing out the invaders as we fully step up in our power. It's happening simultaneously. Because as you fully step into your power and into divine union with self, you're evicting all invaders, attachments, entities from your field, which is the field, which is the collective field. As the cosmic monad does this, they're all going back to source. So this is the final. It's basically make or break, as in like, either you're with the law of one right now and you're getting it now, because if you're not getting it by now, you're never going to get it, and going back to source for re-encryption. This is the final sorting. And it's happening in no time. And it's already done. As you come to full true divine union, you still all need to do that for yourselves. Nobody can do this. I can try and support you with my activations. Everything I share here has been towards that. And I really got to a point, it's like I've done everything I can and more. I mean, beyond. And I know I've talked about this before, but this is it. I'm so done with ascension. Although again, we're still here. But yeah, it's both ends. That's the whole thing. You need to be kind of totally detached from the outcome. Like, I don't care what happens anymore. As well as knowing that New Earth is here now. And we're fully igniting that now, because we need to claim the power that we can make it happen. And it's already done, because you need to merge with that done now. You need to merge with the ancient future. Yes, it's to the split mind, right, and left brain who wants to compartmentalize and be linear and all of that stuff. It already been done and we still keep going. Doesn't make sense. But to your multidimensional self, this is what needs to happen. And there's not even a doer anymore, because you're just fully surrendered to divine will, which is divine love, which is basically you fully liberating yourself. Because there's no doer anymore, and there's no more karma. There's no more me versus you. You have done this, I've done this, we've done this all as one. This resolves everything in no time. There's no more long healing that many people report on. it's a shift in consciousness. And we're here now. Because the feminine is fully rising. She's no longer giving her power away, letting other people drain her that don't appreciate her and don't get the value. You know, either you get it or you don't. And it doesn't matter if you don't, because you love people from afar, but you just don't need to waste your energy and time anymore with people who don't get it or are not on your side. You know, there is some kind of reciprocity, a nurturing back, a supporting back. Because otherwise the giver runs on empty and becomes very sour. So we don't want that anymore. And, you know, the divine feminine can really just fully relax when the divine masculine rises. And that was another thing. It was just this like, okay, you know, it's just, you just need to fully let go of any person, place and thing, any kind of attachments, as well as knowing your biggest, brightest future is here now. All of your dreams fulfilled. Like, these are miracle energies right now. Just let the rest go. Again, the call activation would help you. I would very much appreciate any and all support, because this whole journey has been very, like, since I moved out of my mother's apartment, going from, you know, kind of rental place to rental place, whilst I want to obviously find something more steady. But the challenge has been, I would need to, like, I've calculated to have at least 3,500 euros just saved to be able to even start properly looking, because it's what I need for just a tiny something for a first month's rent deposit. Anyway, so this has been a challenge, especially because I'm constantly just making it kind of from every 2 to 3 days to the next, and, you know, can't see beyond kind of the next day. So, because obviously it's a very expensive lifestyle. So right now I'm at a point, I don't care whether I'm going to end up in a hostel in a couple of days' time or in my dream home. Now, check this out. On that note, so miracles, because I was really having a conversation with God this morning, and generally always, but it's really you speaking to your highest version of self, especially now, as all has been fully unified. The divine union process, integration, the template is here now. You just have to need to fully align with it. But it's here now. Align. It's here. And anyway, so, you know, basically I need a miracle, because I can't see, you know, kind of because the way I work, you know, loads of it is still on donation. I don't, you know, offer that much. The way I work also is always, you know, even in my group container, for people to support me as they can. And obviously they also had challenges. So things like this, but it's beyond that. It's like, you know, the same if I offer my activations for really low amounts of money, because I, again, try to make it available for all. But now we're here, and also I'm going to, one way or another, going to change that, because I need to really claim my worth, because I know how invaluable this is. But where we're going is beyond money. That's all I see. But in the meantime, again, it's an energetic exchange. And I do need to claim that, because I've been literally giving it away and throwing it at people, and many have not even seen the value and been really appreciative. But I do it for the ones that do. And thank you so much for those that do, and add their keys and codes and their magic, and keep helping me anchor these frequencies and the magic and making it happen. You will see how powerful this has been, especially the people who've been with me for a while. Thank you so much for your support and trust. So, because it is important that we trust the people that we do, you know, activations and meditations with, because there's been a lot of fuckery going on that level. You know, you give people access, to your light body and planetary stargates and so forth, which is why things have gone wrong. So discernment, boundaries are so important, knowing who to trust. That's part of you also having healed your heart, because yes, if people are not safe, you know, if they're in their false self aspects, and they might be manipulative or could like use, you know, information against you, you don't want to share with them your deepest secrets. On the other end, it's a both end. Once you fully integrated all of this, have fully healed your heart, you're invincible, unbreakable. It's like me, I do share because I know I have really huge protection, because I'm fully aligned with my purpose and source. And it's the time now where we can do this. And I know it's been, most of my purpose has been to just speak the truth, do what I do, although I know it really makes me a target, because I do share a lot that makes me a target. So, but there's a huge purpose behind that, because I need to break through that. These are freedom templates that now allow everyone to do this. The same as I had to make sacrifices, following my purpose, following my guidance, that meant all of the 3D attachments had to go several times. And again, I'm being very much tested to see, you know, what you're going to do, being put under pressure and everything being thrown at you. Like I've become very resilient, yeah, and have reclaimed all of my power, which is like, again, I'm co-creating this myself, which I keep reminding myself, whilst I also feel, you know, what I need to feel of like, but now it's like, it's you're not even begging anymore. You're not like, please make it end. It's just like, no, it's ending now. Because you know you have the power. Because you know, with one with everything, the Divine Mother is birthing rebirthing all of creation through the cosmic womb, all of us as one. Okay, so don't worry where you are. Don't have any fears that you won't make it. The only one not making it here is the false ego anyway. You will need to be kind of brutal in a way right now, or it may seem brutal to some people, saying no, and no longer feeding the victim, lack mentality, any kind of narcissistic manipulation, lies, deceit, gaslighting. Just once you're fully in your highest emanation of true authentic self, this shit won't come into your field because it's rejecting it. But until you get there, you need to keep saying no to make those boundaries. Yeah. So miracles. So basically, after I asked God for a miracle, because I need something steady, I'm tired of moving all the time, carrying around bags, cleaning places up. Oh my God, all of this, traveling. And I know I needed to do this in order to get the grid work done here in Ireland. But it's like, I need to trust one now moment to the next. It's like, as you take the steps, the path appears. And this has been for me for the last 5 years. Again, this is what people like me have been anchoring as we trust this one day after another and fully let go of any kind of 3D securities, attachments, programs, all of this to fully transcend them on behalf of all. These are the freedom programs. So now we can fully just have transcended all of these programs for us to have, you know, the abundance we are seeking without having had to give up our integrity, our dreams, our purpose to fit in and have people like us and approve of us. And even, you know, like me living with my daughter. But again, you know, this can happen to any one of us. And, you know, the circumstances are varied, you know, and we all had our hardships and we had all our challenges. And this is by no means a competition or, you know, anyone trying to be in victim, but you need to also fully embrace it, what we've been through, especially lately, as the final letting go. And yes, we do this in cycles, you know, the same themes, the same if you're done and this and that, but you need to keep going until you're fully done, because it's, again, you're reaffirming your boundaries. You know, each time you let go more, each time you integrate whatever you needed to integrate a little bit more. So, but it's fully now clearing from the field. The divine union process is completing everything with the 7-7 gateway. And I mean, I got the code a while ago, also 777. It's like purity. It's like purity leads to abundance, you know, because again, as we fully purify our heart and our field, this is now bringing the diamond sun body back online, which is your fully multidimensional accessing new earth, the new organic creatrix field, igniting this for all. That's infinite abundance. That's why this is our abundance, us believing in ourselves, gifts, abilities, that we can make this happen. Again, it's not anyone coming to us, giving this to us. We came to reclaim it, remembering, and this is going to come in huge now, who we really are, all of the, you know, gifts and abilities we have, our true power. And this is literally us fully now reclaiming our realities from the fucking invaders and sending them all the way back home. So you need to activate your dragon, cosmic dragon self, Magic Gray Queen and King. You need to be able to remove people, things, whatever's not good for you from your reality. And as you're in full self-love, you automatically do this. So your field automatically repels now anything that is not seeing your worth. You know, as you are like very clear on that, it's like anyone who can't see that, what you're bringing to the table and wants to support you back, it's just not gonna, you know, going to be attracted, but rather repelled from your field. Because, you know, it's so much happens generally, telepathically, you know. I mean, there's one thing, obviously, what's playing out in a kind of 3D reality, although 1, 2, 3 is gone, dimensional layers frequency bandwidths have been alchemized, purified, transmuted into the higher. And we've really, with the 7-7 gateway, also now transcended fully the 4D duality polarization. It's connected to fully clearing the astral field, and us, your inner divine masculine and feminine meeting in the heart space, and the whole activation of this cosmic crystal heart grid. And now the supernova of the heart event fully blasting us all the way back home to our new Eden, all happening within your consciousness. Okay. So anyway, on the miracle note. So then, after asking for a miracle, but from knowing it's miracles now here, no more wondering, no more hoping, no more praying. It's more like, it's time now. And I know something is coming in. So I don't care where I'm going to be. And I have proved this, I'm going to be grateful, and I know I'm always provided for, and wherever I need to be, I will be, and whatever needs to happen will happen. So I can might as well just relax about that, which I fully, with the 777 activation, I just have no more fear. There's just, and again, it's also collectively fully clearing this from the field, which is connected very much with the lower free chakras. Are also after the activation, after I went into clearing mode, and I had my solar plexus come up huge, and it was really, I could see clearing or letting go of any remaining kind of need to control or not full surrender, basically. So fully surrender to source and just here, I've done it all, now I'm freaking done. Now let it come in, which is also again the divine feminine fully dropping into the super magnetism, which again we've been deepening into. But again, also as me in a female body and integrating the hierogamic trivecca, divine union codes, again, you're fully balanced, masculine and feminine, rebirthing the Christic child. And it's beyond, again, gender and objectification and people. It's a blueprint, it's an energy. So, again, we're not just as women now not doing anything and just sitting there, but generally it's a whole, again, because men are also affected with this new Christa Saphira or the Christa Sophia and androgynous Albion body blueprint, which is androgynous, so masculine and feminine, whilst you're still in a masculine and feminine body, is what it's all about. And again, it's like a cosmic Christ blueprint, which is beyond gender. It's not about people, it's a oneness. It's the one diamond avatar self, the one true eternal self, however we want to call this. And it has to be felt to be known. It has to be experienced to really be understood. And it's beyond words, especially where we are going. Once you go 5D beyond, we're going telepathic. And that also then transcends all the separation of you, me, us, them, talking past, present, future, opposites, good, bad, all of this, which comes in with language. So the future is telepathic, which is really the ancient past, such as in Lemurian times, which is kind of the 7D basic frequency I see the new earth realities in. Okay. So anyway, so the miracle came with a message about a 2-bedroom house to be rented. So basically the person was saying to me, he knows someone that's looking for someone to rent a 2-bedroom house in Hove with sea views for 3 months. And Hove is basically, I spoke about this before, my daughter lives there with her dad, and it's very hard to get anything there. It's like a little peninsula, it's a little town, everybody knows each other, like a little village, really like type feeling. But it's nice, like for my daughter to, grow up there, because they can just go to the shop and things like this, it's all good. Anyway, and it's a peninsula, and also because there's the Q side, so the connecting Stargate side to Cornwall and Stonehenge, which is part of this 11th Stargate, which I've been working with extensively over the last few years. And obviously Hove has been I would like to live there, and it's one of the most expensive places basically also so far. So I don't know yet the price. I haven't seen it yet, but I think it would be nice. And I'm just going to put it out there into the universe. And I know one way or another, I don't care where I end up, I will be provided for. However, this might, pop up, come in. But it was just a great symbol of like miracles happen. And this is what's available now, becoming available in the field, even though I have got no idea how I'm going to get there, because I literally have got no money for it right now. But all of it is changing, can change, and will change any freaking moment now, has already changed, because I can feel it. As we fully reclaim our abundance, our worth, our value, you just don't have to worry how. Just coming in. That's all that the divine feminine mother in us all right now has to know, because I mean, we've been manifesting this a long time, but we've been prevented from all being blocked in really massive ways by black magic, sorcery, spells, a lot of interference, a lot of fuckery. Has especially messed with our finances and the abundance coming in. But it's also connected to, again, us fully reclaiming our power and our remembrance of those ancient aspects, our multidimensional selves, and also our ancestors, which is part of our, DNA blueprint. Like I've done this very consciously and really calling in all the wisdom, all the gifts, the power from my ancestors after having cleared all the, and these are the spiritual lineages. So all I need to know throughout the ages to fulfill now our ascension and bring all of this to its full quantum completion, which again, all will just arise within you, whatever you need to know in every now moment when you need to know it. And it's coming in thick and fast now. That's all I know. I can see the masculine is fully rising because the feminine is fully rising, and that's the thing. So the feminine had to totally now also, anyone who's wasting her time, again, can't see her value, is not supporting her, just has to move away. Okay, they just has to do something else. And she's just resolute in this, and she's just doing it with a lot of love. But then there was also a lot, especially yesterday on Saturday, a lot of clearing coming up for me. I felt anger towards the masculine for literally not stepping up, not like listening. Doesn't matter how much she talks about it. It's like, it's one of my main frustrations generally. Again, it's not about gender, it's not about any person as such, it's just in a consciousness. And I could also feel that it's the masculine is fucking angry with himself. The mind is angry with itself for having gotten it so wrong, generally, okay, over the eons, creating this mess. The separate ego self, all right? But it's also connected to the masculine and feminine, and to the twin flames and what has happened there, and really correcting the wrongs. But it's like she has to fully pull back all of her energy into herself in order to rebirth all of it, because as she fully steps back into her power, fully reclaims her worth, no longer wastes her time, aka energy, aka abundance, on people, places, things that where it doesn't lead to anything, where they're not getting it, or there's just nothing coming back. You just need to know, again, how do we help, support, spend our energy, because the distorted feminine is one who just wants to help and fix and is the saver. And yes, these roles were very necessary, and still we are the healers, but this is our gift in abundance. We can't just throw it at everything and everyone, especially the ones who didn't appreciate it. And again, everything is perfect the way it was, but now we're at the point, it's like, okay, either they get it or they just don't. Either thing is fine, but you just, again, move away. So, or step up, one or the other, and everything is perfect. And again, but then she had to also clear any kind of resentment, anger, but again, it was also still stuck within him, so the blame. And the thing is then also, because he's really angry with himself and also frustrated, and then also again, but she's also angry and frustrated and blaming herself because she allowed it to happen. Because that's the whole thing. In the end, you're always just angry with yourself and all of these things, and judging yourself and frustrated and all of these things. Yeah. It's always with the self. Everything is ultimately a projection, unless you're in love bliss, because that's the only truth. But you just have to keep going with it and feel it all and kind of go all in order to clear it from the consciousness in the field. Because as you go in and as you have breakdowns, you have the breakthroughs, and you can see clearly again, because you need to shift the shit from your field. That's why suppressing anything and bypassing is the worst thing. That just causes delays all the time. And there's no more procrastination. Like, she cannot wait for anyone anymore. There's no more waiting here. This is it. We have to claim it, and we have to do it, and we have to break all cycles. And you just have to do the tough thing. And as she leads, as she no longer accepts the false masculine in her life, those energies, and says no to them, no longer enables this, they fall away. Again, it's happening within you, and then also within your reality. All is you. It's one consciousness, okay? But it's also playing out with people in our lives, men and women alike. So again, it's beyond gender, it's beyond people. And it's all about you. And everybody's helping you to return to your true self. So be grateful for all of it. That's the quickest way through. Even if you're in the shits and you're not enjoying yourself, it's like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Train yourself. Really, this will get you through much quicker. Dive in, all in, ego aside. Just you just can't judge your shadow. You need to embrace it. It's like there's a difference between distorted and dark. You know, for example, distorted feminine and dark feminine. Like the dark feminine, you are the destroyer and the creator, the cosmic mother right now. So you need that destroyer element as well as the creator element. You need the light and the dark. That's the whole point. But distorted is different. You know, distorted is manipulative, lies and deceit and all of that, and playing the victim. Yeah, things like this. But it's different to say, hey, this is what is not okay, because this is another thing. When the feminine speaks up, again, the projection is, are you an ego, or you're like arrogant, or you're just, I don't know. Because if you're not in that frequency of truth, you can't see. It's the same as like calling a spade, like this is not okay. It's like the feminine also gets shamed for that, or again, not even listened to. It doesn't matter how much she asks for support. Nobody freaking listens. And again, this is now as like, okay, if you don't want to listen, fine, move aside. You're no longer begging for it. You no longer take breadcrumbs. You're just done. The divine feminine in us all, men and women alike. So as the masculine also within us all can see where we got it wrong, projected and whatever, belittled our own heart, didn't listen to it. The wisdom created realities disconnected from the heart. Again, it's happening inside of you. We all have these aspects. It's about forgiving ourselves, where we allowed all of this to happen, where we were the persecutor, the victim, victimizer, all of these aspects and parts. It's all you. And you keep remembering, you're co-creating all of this in every now moment. And now you become the master of the dream as you fully alchemize all of these aspects, because they're all gold. And you're no longer rejecting, separating, fragmenting any parts of you into little pockets, or projecting them onto the wall. Because if we don't own our shadows and demonize them, they come up as demons in the hologram. They're all negative thought forms that have created a life of their own, so to say, or anti-life. And the only way they can ever touch is through our wounds and traumas. So it's all about healing. And we are now as one. So fully remember that all is but thought made manifest. And we have to claim our success now. Seriously. No more bullshitting, no more faffing around, no more procrastination, no more waiting. Done. And again, it's happening from within you. There's no forcing, nothing. It's just flow state, but you're also fully determined. It's a both end. It's like fully letting go of any specific expectations, outcomes, as well as in full trust, everything is coming to you now. Now it's miracle time. And you're also here to really rise all the way up and make it happen. But as you just listen to your guidance from one now moment to the next, in one moment, it might be, I don't know, chill out in bed for the next few hours. And then it will be like, oh, yeah, this is a great idea for a project or something. All right. Oh, and this note before I forgot, get it. Because I have forgotten it. I mentioned the Astrology Festival. That's not in October, that's in December, beginning of December. As and when, obviously, you will see more details, I'm sure, as they are ready. I just wanted to correct that because I was invited to another thing for October. Colleen, I will be in touch very, very short. So we'll make that happen. And in general, there's a lot happening right now, and tune in. It's not about you avoiding anything and just sitting there and waiting for new earth to happen. It's like, again, if you're shown anything, like putting an event together or working on something, it's like, also see this, what would that mean in new earth? See that event in a new earth environment. You can, again, build these bridges, because we are the bridge to heaven on earth, to the stargate to heaven. As we show the way, we show the path, but people need to take the steps themselves. You can only show the way, light the way, but people need to make decisions themselves. And again, right now it's make or break. So believe that everything is possible right now, as you are at one with source and at one with everything. Nothing lies outside of you anymore. And the whole universe is now conspiring in your favor. It's done. All this shit has been dissolved. I'm not going to even list it anymore. It's done. All that's false, artificial, inorganic, done with. Boom. That was fun. Now, and things like worrying about future survival is no longer necessary as you fully follow your guidance and fulfill your purpose. And as we fully reclaim our abundance now at one with it all. Okay, so reclaiming our true worth and value and abundance lies in us reclaiming our gifts, abilities, wisdom, and power in being divine love. So you can have a good, pure heart as well as be an agent of tough love, which is divine love also. So again, it's like, you know, we need to speak truth, but again, it doesn't need to be cruel or anything. But, you know, in the end, whatever happens, happens, you know, as you also, but because the throat chakra has been fully aligned right now and opened up, as because we first of all need to know our truth before we can really speak it. So it's the last kind of the 7 chakras that comes fully kind of aligned. And along the way, you know, if you have suppressed your true voice for a long time, as it really opens, it can come out quite, you know, rough or, you know, kind of whatever, dramatic, or, you know what I mean? So it's just part of it. I think most of us listening, you know, we've been past the stage. So, but again, we still might have sometimes moments where we're like, bah, or, you know, something comes out not the way we want to say it, you know? But again, you know, just need to understand, like, there is ultimately no failure. You can't get this wrong. You just need to be able to keep, you know, I was over the last couple of days, I was so tense on Saturday, and I was in town. I was getting actually pissy with a cashier. And I actually felt in my right in that moment, although it's never okay to be rude. And I was definitely borderline rude. Not in a bad way, but just like, really, like, can that woman not count, sort of like. Anyway, and afterwards, and I was like reviewing, because I know if something is 15, I said, okay, yeah, no. But I also let it be okay. You know what I mean? But you need to understand when you've been an asshole, you know, and when these energies are so intense and there are a lot of entities, and all, again, the remaining invaders are being cleared, and I'm doing that as my main job. There is a lot in my field. I've mentioned before that I don't go around like sometimes I do want to kill people, but not anymore, really. But you get me. It's like these really tense, intense energies I literally have, they clear through me. So I can feel that consciousness as it clears in my field. And there's a lot of tension in the field. Because obviously it's like all out war. You know what I mean? So I have a huge protection, but I can also just, it's hard to even put into words. It's just, I can feel these energies clearing through me. Because again, it's all part of the field. Whenever we see anything negative, it's still part of our reality, you know, it's still part of our blueprint still. And again, I'm carrying the Cosmic Ascension blueprint. So until we're fully done here, all together as one, you know, I'm not done either. So we can have, I've already said that. So we can have a party now. Now it's like, literally, this is it. Relaxation, absolute ease and grace. It's all been dissolved. All interference patterns, all blocks, all everything. Miracles are here now. Claim this from deep within, but you need to align with that consciousness, that which you seek. Okay? Again, it's not happened for you. This is also showing us now who are the people who have not done the work. You know what I mean? It's both end. As well as we do this all as one. So we also need to let go, again, the feminine, of any remaining unforgiveness, resentments, blame towards those that hurt, attacked, turned against her, abandoned her, rejected her, didn't support her, didn't listen to her, all of that and worse. You know, I mean, she's been literally sacrificed, like Joshua on the cross, metaphorically speaking. Yeah, more so than any masculine Christ in a way. But then the feminine also does this with the masculine, isn't it? So like this whole like projection of the toxic masculinity. But again, it's happening within that wholeness. Because again, the masculine has been integrating the feminine, and the feminine, the masculine, as part of this. you know, the opposites. But now the pole and magnetic field shift, which really is fully concluding with the 777 gateway, which is still open. And that's completing the pole shift, which is very much this whole energetic between the masculine and feminine, within and without, fully switching to full divine union, harmonic union. And this is also again connected to the solar cross, or like your Merkabik staff and rod configurations, like the core alignment of your Merkabik field, which has been fully corrected now. And again, the diamond sun body, the solar logos, it's all been reclaimed. We're here now, we're home, we're home, we're home, we're home. So let's party. That's all that I want to do, because I need to freaking relax. And I also saw, like, you know, the feminine needs to again fully surrender for the masculine to fully rise. Because I was like, yeah, but the masculine needs to rise for the feminine to surrender. But it's like a chicken and the egg. So we can't wait for anyone to do it. And ultimately it's happening within you anyway. So your masculine has to fully rise, as well as your feminine fully surrendered in a way. And that's returning the balance. So all distortions ultimately, because even when we speak about masculine and feminine, it feels even off now, because they really won. Divine union, the process, the time, yeah. And again, within each. And then you don't feel the need of wanting this from your outside anymore. Although, you know, again, it's just letting go of the attachments, and then you just become fully connected to that which has always been. Because again, your divine masculine is always in your field, and now we have called him in, or the divine feminine, you know, you always have your divine counterpart in your field energetically. Because again, we are an androgynous blueprint. And we have now with the 777 called us in, like actively in our call and activation also, to be now fully always present in our field. But again, depending on where everyone is, this is, you know, fully aligning with in one's field, and everything not in alignment with this, any distortions need to fully clear. Just know what it is, but it's super quick. That was really quick. So here now, the moment of total self-love and union is finally here. This is our ascension. This is us completing everything, okay? Know it and claim it. So the cosmic Christ has fully returned within us all remaining soulless beings, negative artificial entities, matrix overlays, insert, implants, all the seals, all the membranes that have kept us also separate from our own multidimensional selves within our field, which is like an egg with different kind of layers to it, and that fully unifies as one within the aurora orb bubble, and your morphogenetic field that is fully healed. Again, that's the cosmic Christ blueprint that I've also been here to fully anchor with the with my group container, the Essene gray line container, because again, it's just operating as this placeholder for that, for us all, on behalf of all. Okay, and again, everything we do from those intentions and with the right keys and codes, and because again, it's just guidance of what I was here to do, but it's been really tough holding it all, whilst I'm also, you know, trying to navigate this situation. But I know, again, this whole like homeless situation of mine, it's like, first of all, I'm a Cancer from sun sign, and although I don't give too much attention to astrology, you know, I was reminded that, you know, the Cancer is always, you know, it's in its little shell, so it's always carrying its home with itself. Like my daughter is also the same, like, and she was doing the whole adventure with me here, and I was, poor child. Anyway, but she was really, really good generally. Like, she's just amazing. Anyway, and she always, like, whenever we're out and we're going back, like, she's like, can we go home now? Like, it's always home. You know, it doesn't matter where we are, it's always home. Let's just go home. And that's kind of what we need to see, because ultimately also, as we are cosmic quantum travelers and starseeds, wanderers, we have many homes, and now everywhere becomes our home. That's another thing. So no more agreeing to the status quo as it is. So no more high rents, like in Ireland, especially Dublin, it's so insane. Like the place I'm in, this Airbnb, it's like, you know, it's like a corporate company that must have several flats. You know, you talk to, like, if you have any issues, you have to talk to like a call center with people that, anyway. And, you know, it's very impersonal, and it's just I looked at it. It's not even rented out for the next 2 months at all, not one day, beyond me. And I also can understand why. Certain things are not working. It's just no love put into it. You know, it's like, yeah, it's just not what it should be. And you have to so much, you know, it's like, also homes need to be loved. Again, everything is consciousness, you know. And then when I see like these places standing free or empty or things just run down, you know, but again, it's all shape shifting around us. That's what I'm being shown. I had a dream about like everything is consciousness. Again, think like, you know, everything is alive beyond us moving, you know, the stones of the pyramids with sound. It's literally by thought alone, because everything is at one with you. Everything is consciousness. You're at one with the elements. And the masculine and feminine also mix the elements of fire and water within the field, because they're fire and water. And it's also the liquid plasma light, which is coming in really heavy right now, fully activating our diamond rainbow plasma light body, the diamond sun god body, fully igniting, okay? Getting, like, we are fully lifting off right now. The macabre, it's already, and if this is happening, it's like, so be ready. It's going only one way now, up, 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 okay? So fully surrender to divine will. That's you at one with the ultimate power of God, with love and with truth. It's all the same, okay? Like, it's, you become an agent of divine will. And again, the doer is gone, and that releases all karma, because it's a happening, as well as you having full responsibility and accountability for your realities and the collective ones. It's both and. Okay, it's both of that. And again, it's the paradoxes that you need to fully merge with as part of your multidimensional integration, which is the same as fully merge in shadow and light, because it's just a multidimensional, many different perspectives, truths that operate as part of the higher, bigger picture. But, you know, the core truths are very simple, although they entail a high level of complexity, like the law of one. You know what I mean? Everything is interconnected and quantum entangled. That's the whole thing. So as soon as the divine feminine fully steps up in her divinity, her fully reclaiming her worth and her power, no longer just giving it away for a pittance or for free, okay? For those that don't appreciate it or value it, it can't happen in the field. So as you stop playing the game can't be played anymore. Okay, and this then also forces, and her saying no to this distorted masculine and her own distorted feminine clears the field. So she's then fully aligned to divine feminine, fully here. Mommy is back. The divine mother is fully back. And she births then the divine masculine, aka the Christ child, which is the cosmic Christ, then both as one, the androgynous being, two in one, the twins, into reality, which is masculine and feminine within your field. Okay, so again, it's all happening within the one consciousness. It's beyond any kind of relationships. It's a consciousness, God source consciousness. It's the unity field. It's divine love as a consciousness we're anchoring, as the new God source consciousness that's underlying everything and everyone that's ascending along with us. So let me just quickly check if there's anything else. Again, the activation really from the 777, the details are below in the description box. You can also choose to give a higher donation if you want to support me with a little bit more. I'm very grateful for everyone who has. Again, thank you so much. And it really supports, again, clearing out any remaining separation and bringing you back to this total moment of self-love. Because confidence and self-love, I mean, everything comes from here. Because that's us igniting our multidimensional DNA, the frequency of love. And it all comes back to the self, divine love within. And everything else comes from the relationship you have with yourself. And we're now fully connected to everything, but no longer attached to any person, place, and thing, because the attachment was part of the separation. It's not the right energetic, because with attachments, you're pulling, you know, it's like a kind of pulling effect. These are literally attachments, you know, in the astral field. So as you fully release and clear them right now, let them go. Everything is released, and what's meant to come to you will come to you. But you have to kind of fully, just like, you know, just burn it all up. Literally, to fully reclaim your freedom as a God sovereign free being. Again, it's happening from within you. You need to claim it and activate it. Okay, it's not happening No one is sending this to you. It's not being announced. Although I'm announcing it. And then you do for yourself, okay? I'm fully ascended right now, the diamond avatar, fully ignited. All of my gifts and abilities, cosmic history records, memories, fully ignited. All of my realities claimed back. You know, we are literally the guardians of Earth. So don't worry about those old stakeholders and estate owners. They've been fully invaded, okay? There's more enough place for everyone. Again, no more rents. Everything is for free, which it should be on any free planet, because it's all of ours. It doesn't just belong to a few. And we share, again, if we're not in poverty consciousness, if we don't feel enough ourselves, you know, again, whether it's greed or poverty consciousness, like lack energy, it's the same thing, just from opposite ends. So if you're angry at greedy people, you know, ultimately it's also us not being in our full empowerment and abundance. And again, it's just because it's been that way, you know, it's just for us then to realize and keep claiming back our power. But again, that power is fully right now. I've just been told I just need to fully surrender. You know, I'm not here to now figure out how I'm gonna get the money together as such, but I'm just opening it up. You know, let it just come to me, because I've done more than enough. And again, it shouldn't even be all that expensive, all of these things, you know, it should be for free. So that's what we're claiming back now. So no longer agreeing, take your agreement back. Take back your consent from these inverted realities. So everything is for free. Keep overwriting what you want to see. Everything is shared. Everything is for free. As we fully realize our worth and our abundance, it will just pop up in our reality now, one way or another. It's just energetic law, especially because, again, all of this mayhem has been cleared, which is ultimately fragmentations and, you know, wounds, holes, everything in our morphogenetic field, you know, digress DNA, all of that. So accepting the perfection behind all things, as well as embracing all of our triggers, we embody the true emanation of the 0 point field, the 0 point of creation, at one with it all in perfect balance. So we are no longer striving for false perfection. Okay, that's really the key. You are perfect as you are now, as well as a constant work in progress. As I just said, you know, you need to know when you've been a bit of an asshole, or, you know, been a bit rude or whatever. And then you make a correction afterwards. But you can also see, you know, there was some little point to that, so to say. But again, it's how we say things, you know. And again, you also need to give yourself some slack if you have like a lot of stuff happening and a lot of tension, and, you know. But again, it's this both ends. So you don't keep beating yourself up, as well as not just pushing it down and saying, oh yeah, no guys, you know, that you are always right. Because we always can, you know, whenever we come together with someone else and we have opposing opinions or some conflict, discord, there's always something we can expand further into and understand more, which is us together as one, expanding our consciousness, which is why we have differences, which we need to celebrate now instead of fighting them, because something we can't understand and it's foreign to us. But as long as you create that acceptance and love within yourself, and just fully are your true self now, no matter how crazy anyone thinks you are. I mean, you know, my own daughter thinks I'm slightly crazy, but she loves me the way I am, and she understands more and more now. Also, it's the age, and again, the influence she's also under, and the programming, so to say. But it's again both end, because I also can see it's a whole, you know, there's so many more layers with all of the people we are involved with also. Again, also karmic kind of storylines that we're here to resolve, and especially the mother-child healing, because this is all comes down to that also, as we're rebirthing the cosmic Christ, because the mother-child wound has been so huge with all the interbreeding traumas, and also, you know, mothers and children being separated, and so many things. You know, basically our main wound of separation, fear of abandonment, rejection, it's all wrapped up in this, and all of the distortions that are happening with the masculine, feminine, and the false mother-father archetypes. And we came to correct them. And I was shown this the whole time. There was so much more to my whole story with my daughter, not being able to, you know, afford a home next, you know, close to her, where I could see more of her. Anyway, so it's all part of the mother-child healing, and us healing the mitochondrial DNA, because again, this is what also heals the generations and the ancestral lines, because again, the woman, the mother births, you know, the child, and the mitochondrial DNA is also again within the gray lines, how the kingship is being kind of birthed through the mother line, because she holds the mitochondrial DNA. And again, the masculine now also fully realizes the divine feminine within himself and no longer feels separate from the mother, from his divine feminine, and his heart, his emotions, and true divine love. It's done. And I could also see I was literally, but you need to reject the false masculine, but then also be open if the true one comes along to open up. So again, it's both end. And again, it's happening. It's beyond gender or anything. So again, we need to know when to open up our hearts and when to not, because people are not safe and they're just, you know, in their false self, and they might, you know, hurt you, but it's usually from unconsciousness. And again, unconscious people have also been used against us because they're like open portals for negative energies to work through them. You know, it's the unconsciousness that's generally been a problem. I mean, in our own lives, you know, because again, this is just projecting different aspects back to us, you know, until we've integrated and merged all of it and loved it all up. Keep loving it all up, seriously, as you are now. It's the key to everything, but you need to look everywhere, you know. It's not just, oh yeah, that's fine. No. It's like, just, okay, yeah, I'm not so happy about this, but I'm just loving it up. Because as you love it up, believe me, as you come to true divine union within right now, all that which is no longer alignment just falls away, drops away. You want to get rid of it. It's just no longer being supported by your blueprints, by your consciousness. And you just let it fall away. Okay? So no forcing, as well as consciously saying, okay, enough now. So no longer caring whether it happens or not. That's when the magic happens, which is now. Okay? Full letting go any specific outcomes. That's the last step of the miracle in manifesting anything in a really big way. That's what I did. I just had to, done with everything, done with ascension, done with helping people, so to say, although I'm obviously still doing it. But now it will really be like, okay, people who really get it, and as well as us, you know, still sharing openly, you get me, but it's this both end. And just when a butterfly thought the world is over, life begins. And so far we've been dreaming. Now we can see the lucid dream. So it's like, you know, when life becomes a dream and dreams become reality. No, when reality becomes a dream and dreams become reality. Okay, because it's been upside down. What people have said, oh, this is like unrealistic or whatever. That's the truest reality there ever was. This is so fake and unrealistic. It's so hilarious once you really see it. Okay, so keep tuning in to the new organic grids, new organic ascension earth, creatrix field. It's here now. New earth is here now. Keep dissolving all that's false. It's really, it's again happening now. God is in charge now. The Holy Spirit taking fully over. It's go time. Breakthrough all the way, quantum leap and jump. Again, we keep making it happen always. But now it becomes light, fun, ease, grace. Because all of the heaviness, all of the density, all of the karma, which is ultimately judgment and human fragmentation with your true self, is done with. It's happened within the core. It's going out. It's happening no matter where you think you're at, where anyone else is at. Time separation is part of the illusion. Okay? If you take that out of it, we're all one here. Also, the artificial red wave spectrum has been fully cleared with the code of the Blue Nile, clearing fully all fallen realities and timelines, fully done. Fallen matrices, we're just done. We're done here. So now we have fun with this. Enjoy co-creating forevermore. It's a blank canvas now. What are we going to create? This is when the real fun or work play starts. But work is kind of a word of the past. Okay, so fully align yourself with your purpose, with your true self. Everything else comes from here. True divine love also means to say no to anything that doesn't serve you anymore. Now more so than ever. That's you fully reclaiming your worth, your power, your value, your abundance. That's true self-love. So no more taking breadcrumbs. Okay? either people really appreciate you and, you know, there's reciprocity and equal supporting one another, or it's just not your thing anymore. That's what I would suggest. Because it's in the field, and it's you being fully sovereign as well as fully connected. And that's then when your true soul family can come together, and that's when we can really create miracles, because people are there to support your dreams, not being jealous of them, not behind your back, like sending you negative energies or whatever, you know? So it's so important who we surround ourselves with. And that's what really makes the magic happen now, because again, there's just so much any one of us can do and achieve and make happen. And all together as one, we can create new earth. But you need to come together with those that share your dreams, work on little projects, or, you know, you have your own little bubbles where you just share and feel you're doing this together as one. No one above or below the other, all equal, as well as each one bringing in their own uniqueness, you know, and we celebrate it all, and there's nobody judged, ostracized, pushed out, rejected, abandoned at all. But we also need to be able to tell people off and then say, okay, if you can't play by the rules and, you know, understand what's happening here, then maybe this is not for you. But again, there's no more anger or frustration fully subsides, dissolves in the field. All of that blame, shame, guilt, fears fully dissolved now, because they're all part of the false self, the inverted ego self that can't see clearly. And crystal clarity is here now. Our true cosmic remembering is here now. Miracles are here now. So I'm claiming my miracles. Beautiful place to stay, dream home, traveling, meeting, and having fun with my soul family, and having a party one way or another, and forevermore. Okay, so it's here now, remember. And you surrendering fully to source and divine love, just as well as you keep following your guidance, your wisdom, your intuition, which is God speaking to you, is true self-love. You being your true self is true self-love. That's you claiming your worth, value, and abundance. Because it doesn't matter what anyone thinks or says about you, it has ultimately nothing to do with you. And you just have to live your life. Don't you? And so far, it's been tiring being that. But now that we are all here, it's going to become fun, because nobody feels threatened anymore of you shining and speaking truth. But you know, so many people who've liberated whole countries and consciousnesses, you know, the rebels, so to say, yeah, the visionaries, you have to go, you know, you're ahead of your time. You go through a lot of shit to creating these new blueprints, but in the end, it's so worth it now. Okay, and now claim your recognition, claim your abundance, and it's not from ego. It's just like you need to know what you have done. You know, it's both and fully like we can't, you know, also it's again this balance of like service to others, service to self, or it's not even the right words. It's just like looking after ourselves and also helping others. You know what I mean? Again, this balance, we can't fully forget ourselves, especially those that have given a lot, really need to claim, you know, all of the abundance that we so richly deserve, because again, that energy should be coming back to us anyway, you know, and so far it just hasn't, because again, we've been messed with, as well as we had to heal all of that, which has prevented it. It's both ends, it's many layers, but we're here now. So I leave it at that. We're here now. Enjoy new earth, live it all the way up, live your best life yet. You have to claim it. You have to speak it into existence forevermore. But it's going to be your most natural state of beingness now, okay? As all of the shit has been lifted. Hooray! Okay, so thank you so much for all your support, for all your work, for hanging in there, for not giving up, for keeping on believing, keeping on surrendering, keep making the magic happen, okay? And being your own unique, true, authentic, eternal self. Everything is possible now from this knowing that you're at one with all. Everything conspires in our favor. Everything is flowing to us now. That's meant to be. Our destiny fulfilled. Ascension completing. Our new earth realities fully becoming alive. Call it forth now. Remember, it's true divine love that ignites the multidimensional DNA, which is the film's ship to your realities. It's projected out from inside of your fully opening sacred crystal hearts. Now, it's a happening. Let go, enjoy, embrace, and also take, the action that is needed as you're being shown. It's both ends, masculine and feminine, fully unified, fully balanced, fully harmonized, in full true divine union with one another, all of life everywhere, the Christ child fully reborn. Happy birthday. Enjoy the party. Bye. See you. I see you.